Hello everyone and welcome to 5 Gyms in a Trench Coat.
Excuse me?
Yeah?
What's that?
You want to know what 5 Gyms in a Trench Coat is? Let us tell you.
It's the adhesive that keeps the fragile pieces of my sanity together.
Well, okay, Jesse, what it actually is a narrative-driven ttrpg actual play where 5 friends take turns weaving stories through the tabletop game of their choice.
Of their choice.
Each season?
Each season.
That's pretty cool.
I disagree.
Oh.
I feel it's the adhesive.
So, like, you guys aren't all in a trench coat?
No, we're definitely in a trench coat.
How does that work?
Get her.
Before I'm caught, you can check out 5 Games in a Trench Coat just about anywhere you get your podcasts, or you can check out our website at 5gamesintrenchcoat.com. Oh my god, they really are all in a trench coat.
Hello and welcome to
Talks around the teapot.
Well done, you did it with us. I'm so
Only because
proud
I'm
of
sitting
you.
next to you, so I didn't want to get slapped.
Yeah, that's smart. I have the strength of Talia in me.
Might come out.
Should we start at the end and work backwards?
Don't think I can.
Should we start at the beginning and we'll put...
Maybe I'll be okay by the time we get to the bit.
Yeah, and then we'll just describe what happened. And so, we started off walking back through Temple and Eloise told us to run and then she wasn't there to speak to afterwards.
Which
Yeah.
I
Tell
was
us
sad
whatever it
about,
was.
because I went into this episode even before that I wanted to speak to Eloise again,
Yeah.
but maybe
I
soon.
have a thought though, which is probably wrong, but in my head I'm like, we're underground and she can't come underground.
Yeah, I did worry about that because obviously they have like wards to protect people and she is a supernatural being that can
That's
do
true.
damage.
Yeah.
So like if they knew about the existence of ghosts, maybe they had wards to keep ghosts out as well.
Oh.
But
That's
that,
what I was
yeah. But it might be that we can go like upstairs into the house or something at night, because obviously we can only talk to her at night, but we can't go out at night. So like maybe we could go up into the house, speak to her, because then, you know, even though it's nighttime, we can like run back downstairs if we need to.
Yeah.
Because I want to I want to check in with her.
I miss her.
Same.
But
He's dead.
Yeah, and I love her.
but we got back unharmed, we think.
Yes.
Although I then read a book and it's
Got the grim.
grim.
I don't know what that means.
It's from Harry Potter. We don't support J.K. Rowling. Yeah, you read a book about a monster that might have been what you heard.
Yes.
And then you had a dream about being one of the monsters.
And you had a dream about a demon that's not a demon running around in a dress. Which obviously, even though it's a green dress, isn't Talia, because Talia doesn't wear dresses anymore.
This is true.
And it's just funny to picture a demon in a dress.
Yeah, Rosalind definitely found that a funny dream.
Yeah.
And not deeply upsetting. And not a reminder of like the most traumatic day of her life.
I'm not sure what you're saying. You're saying you didn't find it traumatic.
I'm being sarcastic.
The audience at home doesn't know. Obviously, I knew.
And your dream?
I didn't have a dream. You didn't have I just had a bit of restless leg syndrome.
You had a bit of itching.
A bit of itchiness.
And then you woke up and...
We're even more exhausted.
No.
That's the smallest cup of tea that you're stealing from.
I was going to
It's
say...
giving Thomas with his tiny cup of
it
tea.
is.
Like, of all the cups to pick
I'm
from.
really like, why? The little Rosalind cup. The tiny little Rosalind cup. Rude.
Anyway.
He doesn't want Maijai or Morne germs, that's why.
They do have a lot of germs.
I'm very sickly.
Oh, you're jealous.
That's actually true.
We're a babbling mess, and
Sorry.
This is why we need
Rio!
Hashtag bring back Rio. I don't.
No, Rio.
Seth was spoken about today.
He was. We got him up in game.
Pastries, and I remember Seth.
The way you're keeping track of those pastries, you who don't write notes about anything, really makes me
important.
nervous.
It's unhinged.
It's important.
Don't know how your character sheets work, but God, I know exactly how many pastries I have and which type they are. Sweet, savoury, apricot, strawberry.
Pork, beef, jam.
One marmalade one.
No.
Gifted.
No.
He still had it.
Re-gifted back. But
Shared that with his wife.
yes. Good for them.
Jonathan tried to be like, I thought I told you to be back before dark, and we were like, I don't give a fuck.
I can't wait for him to be I told you so.
But he's not though, because if anything happens, he's going to be scared out of his mind and like feel really bad.
I hope she's worried sick.
Oh, yeah.
I hope she's worried sick.
What were we talking about? Where were we?
I don't know.
I
We were
don't
talking
know.
about my our
went-
dreams.
We went. Oh yeah, you woke up feeling unwell. So you have 2 levels of exhaustion. You failed another saving throw, and it gave you another level of exhaustion. I don't like that.
But I took some medicine.
Yeah, and we omitted some information from you, which probably is going to bite us in the arses.
The
later on.
M-Man tried very desperately for me to...
I'm surprised
Bring
he
up.
didn't make you roll like he did the first time.
Maybe the longer it goes on, the harder it will be to resist.
Or the easier. Who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows? Not
I know,
Yeah, well.
but I'm just not telling you what it is that you're rolling.
Okay.
But
Keep rolling.
we did tell you some other things.
Oh, yeah.
When we came back, we did tell you that there were multiple gods. There are now no gods. 0 gods.
God
in this
all died.
universe.
And haven't been around
R.I.P.
for
gods.
my lifetime.
R.I.P. gods, you would have loved.
R.I.P. gods, you would have loved Agatha's trauma.
Yeah, no gods from my lifetime, my father, my father's fathers, even grand old Jesus Christ. No gods. Can't be grand old.
Grand old Jesus Christ.
Yeah. And then you ripped out all the pages of the Bible.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
cool, very
It was really like heartbreaking when you were like, so when I'm praying, there's nobody there. I was really
was
like,
really
Jesus
sad.
Christ.
Yeah.
No.
And he didn't reply.
Grand old Jesus Christ.
It actually, because I knew this conversation.
Carry on.
I knew what was going to. I knew this conversation was going to happen. I'm drinking tonight, so.
That's got water in.
Look at the unprofessionals that I have to wear. It's a pull top.
Yeah, that's good stuff. That's good stuff.
Can I have one?
Fuck off, all of you.
Yeah, because I was kind of imagining how maybe I would react to that.
But how did it feel? Because you knew that was coming.
I knew that was coming.
Did Agatha feel how you thought she would, or was it different?
It was different. I was planning on when I was like
Completely losing it.
when I was like having my little maladaptive daydreams, I chucked a glass of whiskey at the wall.
So,
Wow.
And then when you guys left the room, I was like, I'm gonna stay here for a bit. I looked over at the Bible and I was like, I need to rip that up. Like Agatha like completely took over me, and so and obviously I'm not going to rip up my Bible
Because Jesus would punish you.
he would.
Unrepentantly.
I'm
grand old
respectful.
Jesus Christ.
So I just chucked it on the floor instead.
That'll teach him.
I had shivers when you were doing that. Like, when you were describing it, I literally had goosebumps.
Whoa! What is that? That's delicious.
It's my granddad's
Oh.
homemade gin.
Shout out to
really nice.
Maijai's granddad. Thanks
Yeah.
for the gin. Love
It
you.
doesn't taste like gin. It tastes like juice.
Yeah.
That's pretty lethal.
Hell of a lot of sugar in it.
Yeah. I think it's like equal parts sugar and gin.
Yeah, that's really nice. Anyway,
It is warm on the way down.
Anyway,
What?
that moment was so good.
Yeah, that was really powerful. I literally had goosebumps.
It made me laugh when you were like, you go back up to the room and you like had a little giggle yourself when
That
you
was
saw.
really nice.
Because I was half expecting you guys to like be concerned when you see that I've, in a fit of rage, like ripped it up.
Well,
I also think Rosalind might have been a bit, but I feel like Talia understands things
yeah.
very
I mean, you
clearly
didn't
with
also respond to it.
I mean, I didn't see it.
Yes, you did.
When?
You would have.
Because I didn't go, or at least I saw it after you did.
I think because I didn't mention, I think I forgot to mention it when you went back in. So.
Yeah, I mean, I would have seen it when I went back in to like get my rescue before
Yeah.
we went out.
But I think you might have been distracted. Maybe that's why you didn't.
Maybe.
I feel like we didn't really describe that. You getting
Yeah.
it.
We
did
I
kind
feel
of
like it was like
go
I go get my
I
reticule.
think,
not-
yeah, I would have noticed it, and I think Rosalind would have had a moment with it, and there would have been a little bit of concern, but overwhelmingly the feeling is like good. And I, you know, I don't think Rosalind necessarily understands that. I think Talia probably understands it a bit more.
Yeah.
But that is the feeling.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
I
we-
agree with you.
We talked about this at the beginning though. We kind of was like, Gilbert's a bit more atheistic.
Yeah.
They do the
the church on Sunday.
yeah. But I mean, obviously he's an atheist in the way that you can be.
Yeah.
Well, he knows the gods are
knows the
dead.
gods are dead.
Yeah.
But like we said very early on that like the Brontons aren't like a
Avid
religious
churchgoers.
family.
Yeah. Well, you go to church because it's the thing to do. But,
Yeah, that's just
but,
a proper thing.
but once you're at home, like Gilbert doesn't care.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm also like, given who Talia is,
Yeah.
she's really not going to be like,
The
oh,
Antichrist.
oh yes, the Bible, I
The
love
actual
it. This
Antichrist,
thing
yeah.
that tells me how awful I am.
The equivalent, because you know how like my family, we're not a religious family, but I've been christened, so I guess maybe
Yeah,
it's
it's
like
similar.
similar to that, where they just do like
You do
thing.
the things because you do the things,
Yeah.
but like,
but you don't actually.
You don't put any more time and energy
Yeah.
into it.
you know, like we never prayed before bed.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Whereas I feel like I had a governess, and me and the boys would do a little prayer before bed, but like that was it.
Yeah.
Like I don't think my parents are necessarily religious, but like obviously I also have Uncle George, which is like
Yeah,
not
so
really
true.
pro-religion, but it's also like there was more religion in the family
Yeah.
because there was a
Certainly,
an
he's
uncle
the one that pushes it.
Yeah.
Probably gets slightly annoyed at your parents
For not embracing it enough.
not pushing it enough. Yeah.
I agree.
But and they kind of let him do his thing just to fucking shut him up. Like,
Yeah.
go on then, go and read.
Go and talk to
go
us
and
about yeah.
talk to the kids. Read us a sermon at dinner. We love Christmas and we have you over. So good.
But it was always boring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Whereas obviously it was,
we went to church all the time.
you lived in a church.
Multiple times a
Oh,
week.
You had a private
We have a
chapel.
private church.
Disturbing. A religious zealousy.
Yeah, that was.
Deal.
Yeah, I know.
Wait, we had another moment like that today.
Did we?
I feel like we did.
I mentioned Zealous.
Oh, determiners.
Oh yeah.
Determiners. I like to just put my
Your big
My-
words. Your
my
vocabulary.
English. I'm putting my job to the test.
Very Agatha core.
It is.
But
What's a determiner, Lyndon?
I don't know. I believe it's a word that goes before other words to determine.
is that not all words?
Possibly.
Before other words.
To determine,
nouns, doesn't it?
Yeah, it goes before
Yeah.
nouns. It's like determines.
not a pronoun.
Like
no.
who it
No,
belongs
a
to.
pronoun is if a pronoun goes
Type of-
before a noun,
Yeah,
it goes
it's a
towards
type.
and goes towards. It's a determiner.
I feel like a determinant is a word that determines the subject of the.
That is
question.
exactly
So
it.
smart. And then
This
you
is what I
had
do
some
for a
training
living.
with Jonathan. That's what happened.
Mm.
You turned and controlled it and controlled the turn back.
Yeah.
This time.
And then you were very.
Slay. Very slay about it, I was gonna say.
Yeah, you were very smelly and sticky after, and you just.
Do you know who's smelly now?
No, but it was really, I was really like, wow, this is. I just thought that it was really interesting that the method of my thing working was really like, oh, this is just like what I do.
Yeah.
And yours is like so difficult for
Mine is like the
Rosalind.
opposite of what
It was
Rosalind
like,
always does.
get angry and you turn, and I was like, I'm the Hulk. I'm
yeah,
always angry.
yeah.
And
Literally,
then it was
Talia
like-
is kind of the Hulk.
And then it was like, control your anger and put it down. And I was like, wow, my whole life, okay.
I really liked it. Yeah, I don't remember the line that you said, but I really liked her one-liner when she left.
I've been controlling my anger my whole life. I don't need you to tell me I can, or something along those lines.
I was really like, yes, fuck you, men.
No, because I was really like...
It felt like a really
it's
womanhood
like,
moment.
Yeah, because it was really like, you will get to have your anger.
Yeah, like you don't understand what it's like for us.
And I really had that moment of like, oh yeah, because you've never actually had to do that.
Yeah, you've had to train to do that.
Yeah.
Whereas your life has been training for
Yeah.
That's one thing I really want for this campaign going forward. I want some fucking female rage.
Yeah.
I want hysteria.
Don't worry, babe. It's there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's coming for all of us. I can feel it.
I need it.
We're all gonna have, I think, very distinct killing men eras, and I think these girls deserve it. To be frank.
I will work on a list of unredeemable, nameless men for you to
I
write
have
for
come
me.
up with.
If you want the ones, you want the name. You're like, I want him and him and him. Jonathan, the Viscount, probably others.
I almost brought up the Viscount today.
When?
In your vomit.
When we were talking later on, when Madam B was saying that there's a masquerade ball.
Oh yeah,
and I was like,
I thought that.
You know, who's probably going to be invited?
Probably. I wouldn't know
That's
that.
true, actually. I didn't put that together.
I was like, you know who will definitely be allowed a +1?
But Rosalind was like, ah, masquerade ball. So like, I just didn't think of anything rationally.
Anyway, we'll get to that when we
Yeah.
get to that.
But yeah, you. Sorry, what were you gonna say?
You interrupted me.
Okay, so say it now.
No, I'm kidding.
Obviously, I think that Gilbert is the best person in the world.
He is.
Even though he... Nothing. He has one...
And they are, like, the best out of everyone.
Yeah.
But Talia already is like, but we're going to be better than them.
Yeah.
And I really like, because, you know, he struggled to get angry, and Talia's just like, I can fucking do it.
All the
And
time,
obviously, she thinks that Rosalind is going to be able to do all the magic better than Frederick, because he can, yeah.
Well, Frederick's dead, baby.
No, he's
And-
not.
And I also just think that Agatha is going to be better at it as well, because I think from what we've heard about Harold,
He's too arrogant. I think.
he's too like
Cocksure.
Yeah. So like she's already like, well, we're just going to save them and we're going to be the best, and like, which is, you know, let go of ego.
Lol. Yeah, but you didn't have to do that for yours.
No, I was well aware.
It's so funny with Rosalind because she has a massive ego but no self-worth.
Yeah.
Like, she's incredibly insecure, but also is a massive narcissist. Like, she's not a narcissist, but like, she hates herself, but also she's obsessed with herself.
Yeah.
That's so me.
But like, she's obsessed with herself because she hates herself. So it's like a cycle.
Yeah.
Gilbert has a very specific thought.
Sometimes I hate myself. Sometimes I love myself.
It's her.
Oops.
Careful.
Don't be annoying.
Don't be on my show.
Your show.
Fuck.
Our show, babe.
Anyway, I can do Radiant Bolt.
You can do magic.
I
You
have
spell that
mastered
you
a
consistently
spell.
Did.
You can actually do other spells too.
Yeah, I know, she's just not tried.
No, I'm just saying. You've done other spells, you just don't know.
Yeah. I wonder if
You,
she'll...
you as a player don't know.
Oh.
Oh.
What the fuck?
Whatever. I roll dice sometimes.
When?
Just when I roll dice sometimes.
Bro.
I am so desperate to know what the fuck... Like, the spells that I have, like, on my character sheet,
Yeah.
I'm going to look at them and be like, at what moments in the game has Rosalind done something that could be this?
That's so cool though.
That's crazy.
You've been magic all along.
Because there's the one that I obviously know is when I healed you and you got to roll more hit points after you drowned. Lol. But like, I really can't think of anything else.
I haven't been looking out for it.
Yeah, same.
Neither have I.
Same.
I also don't know your spells, so
Yeah, this is the thing.
so we can't.
I desperately want to tell you because I have some really cool spells. But like I want to save them so that they're like surprising when she does them. And there's one that I have an idea in my head. I came up with it last night of what I think Rosalind's signature move is going to be. I told you, but I can't tell you because you don't know that spell yet. It's really good.
Is it?
Yeah, it is.
You'll love it.
You too will love it.
It's very on the nose, but you'll love it.
Yeah, it's great.
All right.
I look forward.
to
I
it.
can't. Ooh.
That was weird.
But I do feel like learning one spell at a time, one session at a time is also like it gets a bit boring.
Yeah, I
a
was
bit
gonna
odd.
say I don't want that.
But it's
But in
also
my head,
boring
there
to be
was-
like, oh, you know all your spells now.
There was
It's
a-
finding that happy medium.
There was like a bit about spells in a book that you found.
Yeah.
So in my head.
In my head now, Rosalind is just continually practicing in the background.
Yeah.
Like, I think, I mean, obviously I don't know how the next few episodes were going to go, but any time jumps, I'm going to assume Rosalind has spent a good amount of time a day working on stuff. What was I going to say? And I left a scorch mark like my dad.
That was so cute.
And I was really excited to show Talia. That was really
She didn't really know how to respond.
Running
I was
down the
like,
hallway,
wow.
holding hands like children.
Yeah.
And technically, you are still children.
But it was
really cute.
Yeah.
That was cute. And then we went and found Lucas.
Yes.
And Oliver, more Oliver.
Boy.
Love Oliver.
So I was looking on my character sheet to actually learn how my character works.
Always do that when you play D&D.
Yeah, I would recommend. I've been going on my character knows nothing, so I don't need to know anything. But
Disengage. We all forgot it exists.
Yeah.
we also forgot that I don't. Anyway, doesn't matter.
Oh yeah, you took the mobile feat.
Yeah.
Is that secret? It doesn't matter. It's
No,
too late.
it's not. Anyway,
Yeah.
my curse that I can do, my blood curse, doesn't actually do damage immediately.
Oh.
They take damage if they attack in their next action.
Oh, that's cool.
So obviously, once I read that, I was like, "Oh, I can curse Jonathan."
Oh shit, yeah.
Oh.
And then if he ever attacks us for any reason.
Well, no, because it only lasts for a minute.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
I mean, a minute. It's 10 rounds. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but like if it's not in an initiative roll session, like if you've just cast it, and then it wears
I
off.
mean, Jonathan's never going to fight me.
Is
I mean,
going to let you curse him though?
Is
Guess
he
we'll
going to be
find
able
out.
to stop me?
Oh, you're just going to do it? Wow.
Lol.
I said nothing.
Agatha drank a lot of tea.
Yeah.
Agatha drank a lot of tea.
It really reminded me of when you sent that message when we were really depressed.
I've had so many of these messages
like
since.
being like when you have nothing to live for anymore, so you just drink 20 cups of tea a day. And I think about that every time I make a cup of tea, which is 20 times a day because I am depressed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have been sent so many of those TikToks now, and I really like more.
Because they're all different, and I'm like, it's still relevant.
I'm like, all right, I get it. I drink a lot of tea.
Anyway,
I wasn't saying it for you. I wasn't trying to call you out. I'm saying that's me.
Every time I thought you meant me.
No.
I mean, it is all of us.
well, now it's about Aggie.
I was sending it to be like, haha, because I drink so much tea.
Yeah, it is everyone.
Shit. Yeah.
But Aggie
Not me.
is in tea era. No, you actually don't drink that much tea.
Freak.
Also not
He's
depressed.
a coffee boy.
Love a good coffee.
He's a coffee nerd, actually. Coffee nerd, snob boy.
Yeah.
Man sometimes just watches coffee making videos, like, for fun. Like, on YouTube. Like, I'll walk in and he's watching, like, YouTube coffee making info videos.
Context. I run a coffee shop.
Well, there is that.
It was better without the context. Anyway, Agatha.
Agatha drank lots of tea.
Yeah. And
Had a bath.
We all had a bath. You didn't have a bath.
Agatha was just like, you should have a bath.
Oh, because you smelled.
No, she didn't smell. She
Brutal.
stank.
Brutal.
Stank like wet dog and sulphur.
You know what else stank?
Me.
Zach.
Oh, shit. Literally.
Oh, and you smelt that so bad. That was pungent.
Yeah. Anyway.
Anyway, we're getting ahead of ourselves.
Bath. The bath was nice. She was confused by hot running water.
Oh, yeah.
Rosalind was confused by hot running water.
Rosalind's very excited to try it, though.
Agatha was confused by hot running water.
Yeah.
Welcome to 1820. We get excited about.
This is where we go and Google them. But oh no, they invented no, but they didn't. I'm sure they didn't.
I'm sure
it was
Either
buckets.
way, in
might have been
Demons and
some.
Daughters universe, that is the first we have heard of running hot water.
I mean, running hot water probably exists in very specific,
Yeah.
singular places.
My headcanon is that there are artificers in the Brotherhood and they made it.
I don't know.
Houses got hot running water in 1870.
There you
That was
go.
only in larger houses.
Slay.
We're 50 years ahead of our time.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, because the Romans had hot running water as well.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, that's why I questioned
you
you.
used to look at me like that.
I know nothing. History is not my strong suit. I dropped it as soon as quickly.
as soon as quickly on bed.
It's also not my strong suit.
I can't believe that happened twice. I'm on bed.
Are you on bed? Are you on bed, viewers?
I really, really want to solve this code of my mother.
Yeah. I don't like several times there were hints about things that were back in Bledlow, like my dad's sorcery book or something. Didn't enjoy that.
But it doesn't seem like what I want is in stone, because otherwise it would have been found.
Exactly. I agree. It seems on your insight that it might be coded just from her brain, so it's about memories of her and that.
So I guess I need to figure that out.
Yeah. But, then you two decided to go back to Velvet Masquerade.
Yeah.
Because of Cain.
Cane. Now I want a sword cane.
Yep.
And it is confirmed that Richard's cane is also a sword.
Yes.
It's the little things that impress them, I guess.
It is. So we went.
I say little things impress people. There is also Thomas.
So we went back,
And there was a protest.
led by the Society for the Suppression of Vice.
Oh, you guys shit yourselves.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't necessarily.
Yeah.
Because I know nothing about Martha being part of it.
Well,
Do you want to talk
but
about that more?
As players, though, you all were like, oh shit, is Martha just here?
I didn't think she'd be there.
I
but was
didn't think
scared.
Martha would be.
I thought somebody that Martha knew might.
Yeah.
That's what I was worried about,
She probably
because
knows what's in it. Judith, the one who was like the head of it, like speaking. No, that Judith was the one who died.
Yeah.
What was the name of the woman?
didn't get a name.
Oh, that's why I'm confused, because in my head we got her name.
No.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I mean, imagine being told your whole life that this is a sin, that is a sin. You then find out that God no longer exists, and then a couple hours later, people are protesting about
You're unholy.
sinful, unholy activity, which the man that I am currently pursuing is an active.
A man you love, quite frankly.
I never said
It's
that.
been a week.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was scared. I was really scared for a second. Because, yeah.
Part of me, I was really contemplating just waltzing through.
Same.
I was really, I was
Same.
very, very close to just.
And then
avoiding
I remembered people could recognise us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I think the thing for me that stopped me more than anything was that Rosalind knew that Martha was part of it.
Yeah.
And that we are all a distinctive description of three girls, you know?
Also, the gate was locked.
Oh.
So you just walk up to the front and be like,
Climbed over.
everyone would just presume that you were
course.
part of the protest.
Oh. Well,
And you're leading them into attack.
but we didn't do that. I would love, because when I imagine Georgiana and Martha's relationship, I just want to see some passive aggressive, bitchy ass conversations, because I know they hate each other.
Oh, yeah.
I know these are two alpha bitches who fucking hate each other, and I want to see them interact so badly.
Yep.
But anyway, we
We
found.
tried to have a talk about your mother.
Oh wait, I blocked that out. Yeah, shit, I forgot about that.
That was really early on.
Yeah, that was. Rosalind keeps trying to talk about things and then realizing she's not ready to talk about them, because she really was like, "Is it obvious that I have a bad relationship with my mother?" And then you were like, "Yes," and then Rosalind was like, "I don't have a bad relationship with my mother. I don't know what you're talking about."
And then you turned to me, and I was like, no comment. I did not say anything.
Talia wasn't like, yes, it's obvious to everyone.
No, I know. She
Talia
was
just
like,
like,
to
we're
us.
not the people
Yeah,
to us.
Yeah.
I would say, you did say that we don't have any kind words to say about her in your house. But Gilbert doesn't have any unkind words.
No, but he
I
didn't
just didn't want to
have any
interrupt.
kind words.
He would. I feel like he went to some effort to say nice things about her.
I
He'd,
don't
feel
think
like-
he did.
he'd be like,
I feel
oh,
like if he did, it was just like.
I mean, he has.
Like society way.
in episode 1, I think he referred to her as a very formidable woman.
But equally.
He'll say things like that.
Yeah, but equally, I know that Gilbert and Jonathan. Yeah, Gilbert is 100% scared of her, and I also just know that Gilbert and Jonathan, both to a sort of distant extent, were kind to Rosalind when she would be at Stone, like crying because of her mother.
Yeah.
You know, like I know that they witness even
I
a
wanna
time.
go home, my mummy's mean. grow up.
No, she was a child. She was not a grown-up. That was really mean. But like, I know that they witnessed at least part of that, and I know that they had thoughts on it.
And,
you know,
like, Gilbert is never going to be especially chummy with somebody who's, like, hates his daughter.
Yeah, that's true.
So-
Yeah.
Regardless of whether she tried to hide it. Like, Talia would just be like, she did this.
Yeah, Talia just like, she hates me, and Gilbert would be like, believe her. Yeah.
She doesn't hate you.
Yes, she does. And I'm not willing to continue the conversation
Well,
further.
I'm sorry you feel that way.
Anyway,
I hate you. Anyway, yeah, Rosalind was not ready to have that conversation, so we swiftly moved on. But you know why I'm scared of Jonathan now. So there's that.
You also now
Did
know
you
that-
explain that clearly, though? It was
Does
a bit...
Rosalind explain anything
Yeah.
clearly? Ever?
Did Talia understand it all?
Yeah, that's a good question.
You really not mumbled, but like
Yeah.
fell over that.
Yeah,
your
she
explanation.
did. Because again,
I didn't
with all of
understand.
this, like, it's incredibly difficult stuff for Rosalind to give voice to, because like it's stuff she can barely, think about herself. My girl is struggling. Yeah, how much of that did Talia understand? Because it was a bit incoherent.
enough to be annoyed at Jonathan.
Okay.
Always with the annoyance with Jonathan, you
Yeah,
guys.
because he decided to take it upon himself to, like, get involved in something that had nothing to do with him.
Yeah.
Oh,
'Cause this-
I disagree. Cares about you deeply and was
Okay.
upset that you'd been hurt by this
Slut.
ragamuffin.
I also know that you threatened to kill Jonathan.
Yeah.
And Rosalind was really like, what?
It was so funny because I really had the urge to say it, and then I was like, no, she's not going to say
Yeah, I could feel that you nearly did, and then you didn't. And Rosalind sort of was like confused. She she could infer where it came from the timing of it, because you told me the timing, but I didn't know the whole statement. All I know is that you threatened to kill him.
Yeah.
while I was just stood there.
I'm
Yeah.
stood.
No, but I mean, I was surprised that, like, the way that I said it to Madam B was just so casual. I was just, well, I said I'd kill him if he's being nice. Right.
Should we go back to arriving at...
Yeah,
so we
sorry.
found Richard.
Yeah.
I
had another arm wrestle and I won.
Yay! Oh, this is where I start to get a bit unable to comment on things.
That was cool.
Yeah.
I really enjoy when, like, people that I like
Yeah.
are like, no, there's no way, and I'm like, do you want to bet? And they're like, oh, okay, I'll humour you, and I'm like, win.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to lose like 5 in a row now.
The dice are insane. They know exactly. It's the fact that, like, we can be rolling shit for a whole episode, and as soon as Talia is, like, physically fighting a man, you're never below, like, a 17. Like, it's bonkers.
It was only a 12, but he rolled
Yeah, but he
9.
rolled shit. The dice know, I'm telling you.
Yeah, that was good.
And then he offered to help train you.
Yeah.
Which was nice.
And then we went in, and Thomas, oh my god, Thomas doesn't like guns because his parents were shot. What a thing for you to throw in for Agatha's love interest.
I go into this. I see everyone's holding weapons except him. So I'm like, here, I have one. And then
Thomas is like,
20
trauma.
minutes later, he's like, yeah, my parents were shot. And I have to be. I honestly, I was.
You were almost crying.
I broke character and I had to just like sit for a bit because I was like, no, that is absolutely devastating. You made me break character, bro.
Yeah, like he gave you clues during your fish and chips.
Yeah, I remember. I was thinking about that.
Said his parents were dead.
And he grew up in an
Didn't
orphanage.
ask why.
No, that doesn't mean that.
Why are they dead?
Why are they dead?
Why are your parents dead?
Why did they die?
Imagine asking
I ask myself the same question every day.
Oh no, baby boy.
Can you get off my man?
If it had,
Okay.
So very warm.
I'm so sweaty.
if it hadn't been for that gun company,
No, do not.
parents would probably be alive.
Because I haven't told him my fucking
Last name.
last name.
It probably wasn't one of your guns.
It's probably a Winchester. That's a famous gun company.
In America.
Anyway,
that
was weird.
So yeah, Zach with his little floorboard and your
with the
interaction with
splinter.
every time you and Zach talk, it makes me so happy. We love to see lesbian, gay man solidarity besties. It makes me really happy.
Yeah. I wish I'd been able to pull the splinter out, but I thought it was
It's
funny
really
either
funny,
way.
yeah. It's really funny that you couldn't. And he was like, no.
He is a very insulting stereotype. I apologise.
You're a queer man.
Shh, they'll never know.
I have never been so obsessed with a straight relationship on screen.
Oh my god, no.
than I have been with Agatha and Thomas.
So during their first interaction when he was making the tea, Maijai like showed me a note in their notebook and it just said, I have never fangirled so hard over a straight relationship, and I was like, oh my god, literally.
Neither have I.
So distracting. You guys,
Sorry, I am sorry. I did try. I tried.
the two old Muppets up in the corner. That's you guys. While I'm trying to, like, we're making eye contact, and you guys are just reacting physically, verbally.
Agatha and Thomas don't make a lot of eye contact.
They do not. They do not.
So when they do,
Babies.
Sorry,
it's very
Chemistry.
We are trying.
It's like sizzling sausages.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
It's just so cute.
yeah, so I apologised for having a gun, and then he gives me like devastating news, and then I invite him
You did.
to Temple to read.
Oh, his response as well to the secret underground lair was really cute.
I'm not joking.
But, like, he's going to have to come back with you.
Yeah, because,
Yeah.
yeah.
I have no idea how that's going to plan out. We shall see.
I'm well excited.
But
to
also,
see that.
one thing that was really cool was that he taught me a new word.
Oh my god, yeah. That was so
It's
cute.
going both ways. Like, I was helping him with the new words when we were reading Evelina, and now Agatha doesn't know what a dig is.
It's definitely not a Regency era slang, but
Yeah, but maybe it is in Ratcliffe. If we say it is.
Thomas is the one that popularised it.
Yeah. The Velvet Masquerade, we'll just add that to the list of things they invented, like brunch and like various other things.
I'm just waiting for when we leave for it to be like, well, you don't know your way any other way. So then Thomas comes back with us tonight, which is really funny given the two conversations that we had.
But it's a Thursday night, so Thomas is working.
If he's working,
I guess.
he might
He takes a night off.
But maybe they're not open tonight
Because there's a
of
protest, maybe. But then I feel like, yeah, that's true. It depends if Madame thinks it's dangerous to be open or not. Because I can see it going one way or the other in terms of like, fuck you, we're going to fuck twice as hard tonight. Or we'll keep everyone safe and not open the doors tonight. But I guess we'll find out because we're still there.
Yeah.
But yeah, then
That was so cute.
I loved when Madame just like the way she dealt with them was so good. Like, I'm not talking about the throwing of shit. I'm just talking about the way she like flung open the doors and was like, "You are dismissed. We have had enough of this now." I was really like,
all of it was amazing. Talia was really like, wow, you are my idol. I'm
literally
gonna be like you.
same.
Yeah.
Rosalind literally wants to be Madame B, but also she doesn't. She wants Madame B. Rosalind doesn't know what she wants.
she's just a fictional person in my mind. Doesn't exist.
I love her. I love her so much. Don't say that. It was real. It was real to me. Like, I love her so much. I love the way she dealt with that. It was so good.
Where were we?
Sorry,
Diamond!
sorry, audience. We had to pause for a moment. No reason. No reason.
Diamond, like, twirled a paddle and winked at me.
Yeah.
Diamond was really targeting Rosalind today, okay? Rosalind was not okay.
Diamond always kind of targets Rosalind.
Rosalind was not okay from the minute you were arm wrestling Richard.
You are the weakest
So,
link.
like, yeah, I know Rosalind really embarrassed herself in the last, like, hour of this game. I can't, I mean, someone else talk. I don't have words for this bit.
Well,
I smell, like, I'm sweaty.
well, Madam B told us that her friend who was in the
shit,
practice
yeah.
was killed.
It was, like, undercover.
Yeah, Talia thinks that's her fault and probably is.
I'm aware.
Yeah. That's fun.
Yeah, I didn't have to make you roll for that one. Smart boy.
Yeah. What else? There's a masquerade ball in the theme of a moon that's being put about by way of rumours among the upper class.
Yeah.
And it's moon themed, and it's held on the full moon. And this might be a massive red herring, or it might be something to do with this cult.
I'm also just kind of like, regardless of whether it's a red herring or
Yeah,
not,
Rosalind's
like, I
going.
want to go to a masquerade ball.
Yeah.
So, like, we're going.
Like, respectfully, yeah.
And, like, Madam B will lend us clothes.
yeah.
If Richard allows you. He'll be out.
I mean, Jonathan.
Yep.
Do you think Jonathan's going to stop us?
Regardless, this is
Maybe he'll just turn off the
investigations-
exit. He'll turn off the
No,
elevator. But...
Because this is investigations into our fathers. Because this moon cult is, was their enemy. And frankly, Jonathan, old man, is not going to be as successful at gathering information at this ball as Rosalind. So, respectfully, if we want to find our dads, we're going to this ball.
Yep.
And then I will dress as a man.
So,
I'll bring Thomas with me, and then we've got our date.
oh my god, and Thomas
I
can be
guess
like
I'll
our
go
chaperone.
on my own. I assumed that we were getting the Viscount to get us in.
That is a good point.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, how are we getting in? Unless
Yeah.
Madam B can get us in, because she knows.
Well, this is
what
a
to
long
do.
way away. You'll have to wait and see.
I suppose. Anyway, that was
Because Madame heard about it from one of her special friends, so maybe they can get us.
maybe. We'll see.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, and then what?
I've just had really quite devastating
Oh
thought, but it's
dear.
fine.
What is it?
I can't share.
Oh, is it about the Viscount?
No.
Oh.
Moving on.
Mm.
Then I had a talk with Madam B.
You did, yeah. You were embarrassed first.
I was embarrassed first.
Ha.
I really just tell Madam B anything she wants to know, apparently.
Don't we all?
Not Agatha. She doesn't have a lot of one.
I wonder why Agatha isn't affected by Madam B in the way that these two are. I wonder what is different about Agatha.
I was thinking, I was like, Rosalind and Talia are a lot closer to Madam B than Agatha is, but then I was like, oh, maybe
Fucking
because
gay.
Yeah.
I think maybe part of Agatha's like, whoa, big boobs, but then like,
Whoa.
but then other than that, it's
Just like Aggie, you've got so much in common.
we've got so much in common. But other than that, it's just like I respect her, and I see her as like someone who's helping us.
Yeah.
I'm not like
we're just like
I'm not enamored with her.
yeah.
Morne is, I fucking love her, but Agatha is just I'm not.
Yeah.
It is interesting because like I remember when we were sort of speculating on what Aggie's sexuality was going to end up being, because there was a bit where you were unsure, and Aggie was obviously like didn't know anything, and then we met Madam B, and the two of us were very clearly reacting one way and you weren't, and I was like, oh, Aggie's straight,
Yeah.
and that was what made me first have that thought of, oh, Aggie is straight, bonkers. It's so funny you're playing a straight girl, like it's so right.
What makes me laugh is that I came into this with you guys being this is a
gay
this
show.
is a queer show for a queer audience. We want queer actors, and I was like, well, perfect. And then I come in and I create this character, and she's just not queer.
Straight blonde girl.
Who's obsessed with like a big, strong, buff man.
Yeah.
She's tiny with big tits. Wow.
Wow.
Lol.
Yeah, so that's funny. Because I mean, just take one look at me. I'm not straight.
No. Take as many looks as this queen as you like.
Look at my fucking posture right now. Why am I sat like this?
Why am I sat like
I'm just.
Take as many looks at this gremlin as you like.
This whole episode, I've been like this on the day. I don't know why. It's because I smell and I don't want you guys to smell me.
So I had a big talk with Madam B.
What the fuck?
It was a lot.
Yeah, I told you I stink.
Is it giving Talia?
Worse. No,
Worse.
it's not.
This is just sweat.
Anyway, I spoke with Madam B and it was really awkward.
Oh.
And then you had awkward times.
Fair's fair.
What? Okay. Was it interesting to watch?
Yes.
Fucking went on for a long time.
Yeah. Well, it was one of those, because I didn't even think, like, I really thought that our bit was going to be a really short bit, and I was just going to be like, sorry that I helped kill your friend. If you want some help,
We're here,
I'm
yeah.
strong. And then she just kept asking me questions, and I was like, okay.
Yeah. You see, this is the thing. You did that. Like, you made those interactions what they were. Like, I wasn't prepared for any of that. I was so unprepared.
Good.
it was really a lot for Rosalind, that last hour of the episode.
Yeah. How was your chat with Diamond?
Why?
Why? Because funny. And also I felt the audience deserved some deep lore. Some deep lore drops.
I thought that they were going to get all the... There was a moment where I was like...
What? She just couldn't do it. Like, that conversation was so... Every single thing out of Rosalind's mouth was forced out, you know, like it was, everything was so hard to say, and I feel like there was so many times.
I mean, if Diamond really wants the backstory, she's trying to get it out with the wrong girl.
Yeah. Because...
Well, maybe she'll be trying the rounds next.
No, because I really thought that Diamond, when she was like, or I'll get there first, I was really waiting for Diamond to get up. And I was like...
Yeah. What would you have done?
I don't know.
Lol.
What, if she'd gone to make out with you to make a move?
Yeah.
Who knows? I have to play. I always saying though, I have to play it carefully when I'm playing a bunch of sexy lesbian types.
Yeah.
I'm just a boy.
But I did feel like Diamond was very like real in that conversation. Like she was just wanting girl talk with Rosalind, and it like I think she finds it fun to tease Rosalind, obviously because they're so different. But it did just feel like girls having teasing silly times. It just was really hard-hitting for Rosalind because it's not silly teasing fun girl time for her. It's like, this is the most harrowing things in my life.
Do you know what's really funny as well? Is literally like 5 minutes before my talk with Madam B, I was like, oh, I'm not going to cry this episode. I've not cried so far. Nothing's leading to it. And then
Literally.
I was like, oh.
Literally. Lol. But yeah, it was a lot. Though I feel like there were so many silences in mine because like Rosalind just couldn't speak. Like I couldn't make any words come out of her. And it was hard because it was sandwiched between Talia beating up or being really strong, and I just...
Yeah, what did Rosalind walk into when she left that conversation?
Something she could never have imagined.
Just a little friendly fencing lessons.
Who was it between again?
Richard and Talia.
No,
it
was.
Oh, it was Lady B and Talia. Sorry.
Lady
Lady B.
B.
Where the fuck did that come from?
Anyway.
Madam!
It was the two people that Rosalind finds like the hottest ever.
Who the fuck is Lady B?
Yeah, you had to sit down.
Yeah,
That was
she did.
really funny.
The thing is, I know it was like kind of silly, funny, haha times. It was very real for me and Rosalind. Like I know that I can imagine how funny that would be to watch. I could like she couldn't stand. Like I know, and it's so pathetic and it's so embarrassing. I'm embarrassed, and I'm embarrassed on her behalf, and I'm embarrassed as myself. But like. Rosalind is a little 18-year-old girl and she's not used to these feelings and she doesn't really know or understand them still. And she just had to sit down and I can't...
And then I punched Richard in the face.
And you knocked the 2 teeth out twice.
I'm not going to have any teeth left.
It'll be fine. It's D&D.
He backhanded me for apologising.
Yeah, he did.
I'm scared.
That was good. I liked that.
Because...
We treat violence against women very differently in D&D.
Yeah. No, but it was...
But it was like that's how he would have treated a boy asking you to learn to fight. That's why I liked that moment. He wasn't giving you he wasn't treating you differently because
it was an interesting version of training, considering that like nothing was spoken about.
He just wanted to test your abilities, I think, at first.
It's just how he rolls.
Yeah.
But like...
Does he look like a coach?
Yeah. Well, you said there was... Sorry, you go.
I was thinking that he was probably like trying to entertain you, being like, yeah, this girl can't fucking punch. And then he knocked out a tooth and was like,
oh shit,
she can.
Yeah.
You know?
What were you saying about later on there were more things you wanted to say and didn't?
Oh, that was just about making Rosalind really awkward and the
Were
girls...
you going to describe how to have lesbian sex at me?
Yeah, basically. Well, no, I wasn't going to get... But the girls... Because you were like, oh, the kissing stuff. The girls were just gonna be like, oh, this is how you kiss a girl. This is how you, or this is just how you kiss.
I was really scared one of them was gonna grab me and kiss me. I thought Diamond was gonna kiss me for a second.
Yeah,
I was really scared.
I was scared of that.
So unconsensual.
Talia had a really...
No, they do it with each other.
Was Talia jealous of Lucas at one point? Because I felt that when you came into the library and you were describing how we were sat and you were like, Lucas is leaning over Rosalind.
Oh, that's so
explaining,
strange.
reading
I
to
described
her.
it so blandly and not at all to
And
upset any
I
players.
could feel.
No, it was him. No, because he started it off earlier because he went, well, I guess I could read to you. I was like,
Did he?
yes.
I didn't pick up on
Yes,
that.
he fucking
Lucas
did.
has a fat crush on you.
I mean, it does also make sense because, like, who else? But, like,
You are
could
the
just,
hottest in the
you
room.
could just translating. But yeah, no, he was like, I guess I'll have to.
No,
read
I
to
did
you.
pick up on that because as Rosalind, I was confused because I was like, oh, but I thought you were going to teach me to read. That's why she then had to clarify, oh, and you can teach me a bit, and the others.
Yeah, but it will take months for you to learn
I
Latin.
reckon Aggie will be really quick at learning it because keen mind.
Yeah.
She'll remember all of it.
But yeah, I'm interested to see how that goes because I know this DM and he's going to push it to piss Talia off because it's funny.
Yeah.
But it was, I talked about the Viscount as well, of Rosalind. And you know what, I'm proud of her because that was progress.
Love the
because
Viscount.
it was that at the end of like episode 14 or something, she tried to say those things to you and she couldn't. And she somehow, I don't know if it was because she was talking to Diamond and like the girlies, so it was like more chill. Whereas when she,
Stealing my rings.
whereas like when she talks to you, she knows that you hate the Viscount, so it's like harder. And also that you've, and also that like you've been like directly affected by Rosalind like having lots of men around, you know, so like it's harder to talk to you. But I was really proud of her for being able to be like, I don't know what the Viscount wants of me anymore. And she actually, I mean, she said it in a very roundabout way, but she managed to say out loud, I think I know what all my other interactions with men were now, and I don't like it.
I noticed that.
And she managed to, she said it was upsetting, like she admitted it, and she was like, but I think I could still do it because it's pretending, and I think it's always been like a skill that I've learned. And the fact that she's become self-aware of that, I think is really nice
Very,
for her.
very cool.
Well, you actually said, I think I've always been pretending.
Yeah, well that's what I mean, she's now aware of it. Like she didn't know that before. She wasn't saying I've always been pretending consciously. She realised that. That's what she was doing, which is very slay for her. But yeah, then you started knocking Richard's teeth out. And Rosalind is about to enter a really toxic era, I think, because she really likes it when Talia's like really violent to men.
But
Like-
what was because I know that she enjoys when Talia's beating up men, but what about when she gets hit by a man?
I didn't like that. I didn't.
Okay.
I mean,
I didn't know if you're like, wow, she can take a punch.
I mean, it wasn't. It was just like part of it. Like those were the times that it reminded Rosalind that it was like a scary thing. Like my reaction was very like, oh, like it was always like a shock. But this is so pathetic. I can't believe I'm saying these things out loud. But like Rosalind always knew that you were always gonna like bounce back and hit back. So she was never like, oh my god. No, I'm not gonna say that out loud. I had another really like pathetic Rosalind thought earlier on, but like that doesn't need to be shared.
We're allowed to know later.
Maybe, yeah. You can, I think, because I think it's fine.
And Talia's a jealous bitch, so they're gonna make a really healthy duo.
I'm really scared because like Talia hates men. Rosalind is starting to understand she also hates men. Rosalind really likes when Talia hurts men. It's a problem. And Talia also is
likes
a sim.
when Talia hurts men.
So Rosalind's just going to be like, that man looked at me, and then you're going to go kill him. And Rosalind's going to be like, that was so hot. Unhinged. I mean, they might not. We don't know. I just worry about them.
I'm not just gonna start killing random civilians. Only people who deserve it. Like Jonathan. I'm kidding.
Jonathan, the Viscount, anybody that looks at Rosalind across the street.
No, but do you know what it is? Do you know why I'm not so like angered or worried about the Viscount anymore?
Because Rosalind is self-aware now.
No, it's because now Talia knows that she could take him and she thinks that he knows too.
Why would the Viscount know that?
Because like if he doesn't know now, like he would immediately.
How?
Because she'll make it obvious.
How?
My hands are really sweaty.
I'm wearing gloves.
Okay.
You know, if you take the Tavern Brawler feat when you get to level 4, you get to add 1d4 to your unarmed strikes.
Dangerous.
That's why he got 12 dice.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
Dangerous.
Yeah.
But yeah, I am intrigued because it didn't occur to me that we would have to involve the Viscount to go to this ball.
I thought he was kind of our only way in because I thought maybe
I thought Madame
maybe Madame B could get her in.
That's true.
I don't think they could get her and others.
3 girls,
Yeah.
3 randoms.
Whereas the Viscount is like a very respected, high-ranking man.
The problem with the Viscount, it being the Viscount though, is that like I don't know about you two. I presumed we would be going under like fake names, fake personas, and people know my face and name attached to the Viscount, sort of.
Just disguise yourself.
Yeah.
An actor.
Yeah, I know she is, but like I just think it's more risky if he's there because there's a known connection.
Yeah, but I think he's going to be there anyway.
Maybe, but then he'll just cover for us anyway because he just does that apparently.
You can't just accuse someone of lying. Not in high society.
Yeah, but also he wouldn't because he's a fucking simp apparently, and just does everything for us. So, lol.
He loves you. He wants to marry you.
It's also interesting. I could sort of feel you reacting to when Diamond was like, "How did you meet the Viscount?"
I was like, when you were 16?
When you were groomed.
When you were a child?
Oh, it's all different back then. It's
It was,
okay.
It was, but Talia still thinks it's weird, even though she doesn't know yet.
Just because no one ever spent any attention on you growing up. You weirdo.
Talia said that to Madam B.
Yeah.
She was like, yeah, nobody's ever wanted me.
I thought it was.
You can.
I thought it was cute. Yeah, because you don't want any men.
No.
I thought it was only men that were the option.
Yeah.
But like, I thought it was really funny that both of us were told from separate people, you need to make a move.
Yeah.
That was really funny because now I'm like, are we both gonna be like?
Yeah.
Because that would be really funny. But I don't know how they'll respond to that because we were both being encouraged, like, go for it. You know, what's the worst that could happen? Like, we were both sort of told the same thing in different ways.
Scared.
Yeah, same.
But who knows? Because Agatha might be bringing Thomas home with her today, which means that me and Rosalind are alone for the evening.
You'll get kicked out. She'll be like, she's going to put a sock on the door.
We'll go to
Very
another
long sock.
dormitory.
Well, I assume that they would be going to another.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm not going to kick you out.
Just go to one of those broken down doors.
Yeah.
Push it back up again.
Thomas,
And
go.
be like, yeah, I'll be fine. I feel like they weren't all smashed off. They were smashed open. One of them definitely went clonk.
Yeah, one of them went clunk, but I feel like one of them opened.
Yeah.
I mean, the first one just splintered off and opened.
Yeah.
Because these are just doors, you know, they're not big, heavy doors.
And ultimately, we know there are lots of rooms that no one's staying in. There's a lot of privacy for a young Regency girl and her poor boyfriend.
And Thomas could definitely kick open a door.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but he's a pacifist. He wouldn't even want to hurt a door.
I love
He'd hurt
Thomas.
a door.
The more we see of Thomas, the more I'm obsessed with
Yeah.
him, and the more I'm actually intensely shipping Thomas and Agatha.
Yeah.
I love him. I think he's a really beautiful character.
Great. But it's really straight, so.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on it?
My thoughts were it was a very slow episode, but not as slow as the previous one. So well done, me, I suppose. I do feel like we got some progress.
Well,
slight
you've
progress in
introduced
various
a
ways.
new group of people in this society for the prevention of vice, which I think is an interesting player on the chessboard.
Real group too.
Oh wow, that's
Oh,
cool. I didn't know
shit.
that.
I assumed it was real.
That's interesting. I thought it would be like based on something real, but that's very cool.
Started by William Wilberforce, I believe,
Interesting.
who I think ended slavery, but was still a bit of a cunt. I
But was
suppose.
anti-sex work.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Talia is really feels quite protective over the Velvet Masquerade.
Oh my god,
Oh,
same.
yeah.
Oh, I didn't notice, guys. Didn't notice at all.
I felt really.
I was outraged that people were
Yeah.
there. Like,
I am so annoyed at myself for saying Velvet Masquerade in front of Lucas, who's going to have gone and told Jonathan. I was so mad. I was like,
yeah,
bitch.
but Jonathan knew that anyway. Like, and he knew that we were going to be going back there.
What's he gonna do? What's he gonna do?
Yeah, literally, what's he going to do? It's like your Talia impression.
Yeah, nailed it. Nailed it.
No, you didn't.
You know when you did nail it?
Oh, why would you say that?
Because I'm me
When?
in her dream world.
Oh. Yeah, so it went over my head.
Um,
Dreamworlds, yeah, there was more discussion of that too. Good stuff.
there was. Madam B was so confused about my hair.
Oh yeah.
I was like, same, bro.
Yeah.
You know who has a key to that diary?
Is it Amelia in a pocket dimension?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know anything. Just the DM.
No, because I don't know if I can share that actually. Talia had a thought.
Okay. That's interesting.
But she needs to speak to Lucas.
Yeah.
Good old Lucas.
What do we all think about Lucas? Because I think he's really cute.
I think it's cute.
I like
I think he needs to work on his voice. Changes a lot. Sometimes it's French. Sometimes it's
But I get the
Jonathan.
sense that when Lucas's voice is more gravelly, he's been through a lot of shit. Like, I think that what we're hearing is Lucas who is very stressed and scared all the time. Like, maybe his voice is different when he relaxes.
Talia was getting so frustrated.
When he didn't understand
about the
anything.
king.
Yeah, I could
She
see
was
that.
really I'm trying
Would
so hard.
she have been getting that frustrated if she hadn't walked in to see what she had seen?
Who knows? It didn't happen, so who knows?
You are a little shit stirrer.
Anyway.
I don't know what you mean. I don't look for
Sometimes
weaknesses
I'm
in
really
characters.
like, wow, I am playing a teenager. I
Yeah.
know I said this last time.
No, so, I mean, I had that a lot today, funnily enough. But it's just funny to me that, like, there have always been loads of men wanting Rosalind, and it's like now Talia's started to go a bit bonkers about it.
Yeah, well,
Because now,
are different.
yeah, that's what I mean. It's interesting to me. Because I feel like it just didn't matter when we were kids.
well,
Such a hypocrite, though. You are engaged.
LOL! We all keep forgetting. Madame, when she was like, but you have a fiance, and you were like, oh yeah, that was arranged. Don't care about that.
well, no, because that was in response to I said nobody
Yeah,
pursued me. She was
yeah.
like, but you're engaged. I was like, yes, my statement is still true. But also, has it changed that much, or did you just not notice Talia for a few years? Lol.
LOL.
It's changed a bit.
More of our lore is dropping every episode.
Yeah.
I really nearly said it today. I don't know what I said, actually. I'll have to rewatch, because, again, that was a whole other conversation where I don't know how much came out of Rosalind's mouth because there was so much in her brain.
You're very good at saying nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rosalind is good at that.
Yeah.
She says a whole lot.
Just because
of
there's nothing in your brain. Oh.
No high five.
Oh.
No high five. We're trying to teach my baby girl that she has worth.
Yeah, no, the only thing that you said was that you'd had a kiss before.
Yeah.
Which the audience already knew.
Yes.
Ooh,
Oh
how
yeah,
did
no,
she
I've
kiss?
said that because I said it in your dream world.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the audience know, just Diamond and the girlies don't know. Cause
Not yet.
Um,
She knows there's some juicy goss there.
She does.
I'm really scared because Rosalind actually, that conversation started funny and embarrassing, but like Rosalind was really actually quite honest and tearful and like confused and like unable to speak for a lot of it. And I'm just a bit concerned that Diamond is going to like spread all of it around, but like some of that was really deeply quite personal.
Yeah.
Like,
And when she spreads it around, she'll make that very clear about how meaningful and moving it was.
I did enjoy her comment of like, I thought it was going to be funny. Clearly it's not, sorry.
yeah.
I enjoyed
I was like,
that.
have you met Rosalind, babe? Like, because the thing that you keep teasing her about, like, she was hysterically sobbing for, like, a really long time. That was the thing you witnessed and you thought this would be fun.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
did you misinterpret that scene, Diamond?
Yeah.
They live in a very different world to you.
I know.
Anything else?
Favourite moments?
Yeah. Closing thoughts and favourite moments. Morne.
I liked when you guys have got more progress with your powers, especially the radiant bolt.
That was very cool.
And now you have a name for it too.
Yeah, Rosalind
Yeah.
knows the name.
Yeah, I really liked that.
Yeah, that was good.
We've got a gun training room for you as well, we forgot to mention. at
Oh,
some point.
shit, yeah.
And bullets.
Yeah, we got bullets.
That's very cool.
Lucas is going to fucking love that.
Oh, well, we'll make sure he's the opposite end of the
shit,
place
yeah.
and can't hear any of it.
Well, to be fair, you do know that loud, sudden noises, so you can warn him.
Yeah, I
We
will,
don't
and I
know
will.
shit, but- yeah, my favourite moment was I enjoyed my transformation bit and my one-liner at Jonathan. There's a lot for me in there.
Yeah.
and I enjoyed diamonds.
I didn't.
And I enjoyed winning another arm wrestle against Richard.
Yeah, that was good.
Favorite moment, DM?
There are quite a few little bits that I liked. Probably
Tell us all of them.
all of them.
The people want to know.
So what happened at the beginning?
We just recapped the whole episode.
So yeah.
We were running.
Yeah.
Training.
I would say I enjoyed Lucas reading to you. Just as a small little bit of.
It was a good little detail.
Yeah.
That you.
Everyone liked that, right?
I enjoyed that I didn't say a word to Jonathan for like that whole thing until my final line.
That was really slay.
So frustrating.
Sorry,
So
continue your
frustrating.
favourite moments.
Yeah, the sword play with Madam B, because I knew you guys didn't really know what she was capable of. So I was like, oh no, she's pretty fucking good with some fencing. She's from Paris, baby.
Yeah.
So yeah, she has a pistol. She has a, I guess a cutlass really, but like in that case, it was just some fencing swords.
I love her.
Probably those were my two favourite moments.
My favourite moments were Talia beating Richard in the arm wrestle and knocking 2 of his teeth out in the fight.
I can't believe you made me knock 2 of his teeth out.
Yeah.
Rosalind thought that was so hot. She's unhinged.
But what's really funny to me is, so I did 5 damage each time.
Mm-hmm.
I knocked a tooth out each time. One time he did 7 damage to me in the face. I've still got all of my
Yeah,
teeth.
for a second I thought that you were going to have a chipped tooth or something.
You got a lot more hit points than he does.
I do have like twice as many. hit
That's
points,
very
apparently.
slay. I'm really interested when we pick up...
Oh, I've just hit my mic.
Oh. When we pick up next time. Oh, I've got to start the session in that state next time. That's what I've got to get myself into before we play.
It'll be easy.
I'll
just walk in.
But I'm interested in how Talia is, like, if Talia has clocked Rosalind's reactions and at what point she will and what her reactions will be. And also the fact that we have both just separately been told, go make a move.
Yeah. Closing thoughts?
Very gay.
I think
Very straight.
Very gay episode.
Very gay and very straight.
Yeah. I'm excited for next week.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to play again.
I'm so excited to play again.
I want to see how the rest of the evening goes.
Hey, I want to see Thomas come home with us.
I want to see the
desperately want
outcome of
that.
all the stuff that's now happened at
Yeah.
the Velvet Masquerade.
Yeah. That's what I'm most excited for next, I think.
Closing thoughts?
No.
Closing thoughts?
That I'm really excited about what this Thomas situation is going to be, and I'm really
We'll
excited to
find out.
Oh, and thank you to Patreons.
Yeah, as
Patrons.
always, patrons on Patreon.
Okay.
Yes.
And
If we have new ones, they're going to scroll up. They're in this box here. Thank you.
and
All of
on
them.
the 1st of June.
Yes, 1st of June, we will be in Birmingham, UK, at the UK Games Expo, and we will be playing...
Imagine if we were in Birmingham, Alabama, and the UK.
Oh yeah, I didn't even realise it's called the UK Games Expo.
Sorry.
We will be there, and we will be playing a very fun Regency horror one-shot, you know, our classic thing.
3 p.m. till
3
4:30.
There are 30 seats available in the room that we're playing and performing in. So
First
run,
come, first served.
run and get there. And come and chat with us. We would love to meet you if you're into the show at
Tickets
all.
are £18 for the day, for the whole expo.
And our event is free within that.
Hashtag bring back Seth.
Hashtag blame Martha for everything.
Martha's a fucking delight.
Hi, Mum Attack.
Hi, Mum Attack.
And until then, submissive
Submissive and
and subscribable.
subscribable. Mwah.
Ring that bell. Honk clonk.